Good morning. We are going to a festival today that is called Airfest, and it's like where they have a bunch of different like fighter jets and things like that flying and all those fun things. So we're gonna go do that, and then we actually found this ladder on Facebook Marketplace that we wanted to get because it's cheaper than buying it in store. You can literally find so many good things on Facebook Marketplace, guys. So I am just about to do a quick little get ready with me. I'm just kind of going for a sporty type of look today. Not really wearing anything crazy because we are going to be outside majority of the day, but it's Saturday today. It's September 13th today. So yeah, we are just gonna do a quick little time lapse of me getting ready. I'm just listening to my book. I'm listening to the third Crescent City book, and I'm almost finished with it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do just a little quick makeup face and all that good stuff. I've still been loving my frownies, forehead patches, as you can tell with my nice smooth forehead. But yeah, all right, we'll just get ready really quick and then I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Hair and makeup are both done and should be good. I'm just gonna put some sunscreen probably on my arms, chest, neck, all those good things, but makeup turned out pretty good. I tried this new mascara. This is a mascara that my friend actually uses. It's called the L'Oreal Paris Telescope Mascara, and I think I actually really like it. It might be a cheaper alternative to the Buxom Cosmetics one that I usually use. I still love the Buxom brand, but it's really expensive, so, I mean, not really. It's like, I mean, I consider $20 for a tube of mascara pretty expensive, but yeah, this one's not as bad. So anyway, yeah, I tried it today. It's supposed to be in the color brown, but it definitely doesn't look as brown as I was hoping that it was gonna look, so maybe I can find another one in the same color as the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Brown, because I just love this brown mascara. I feel like it makes my eyes look so blue, so that is why I typically use this one, but it is on its way out for sure, but, or at least I feel like it is. I could always add some brown mascara, and I feel like that would make a difference, but I'm probably just gonna leave it. I think it looks fine, but yeah, still loving that lip stain as well. As always, I will have the lip stain linked, and yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys the outfit that we ended up with and all that good stuff. First, I gotta add some of this because you guys know it's like the best freaking setting spray there is. And it looks amazing what they try, so. Okay, I'll show you guys what we ended up with outfit. It's really weird, but this is what we're gonna wear with outfit. I just got this from Walmart, this top. It was on clearance. It was like so crazy to me that it was on clearance, like in a set with a little skirt, and it was like $7. So I bought it and I think it's super cute. I'm not wearing a bra. I think it'll probably be okay. I don't know, I'm gonna ask Nathan if it looks weird, but I just have pasties on because I don't want to wear a bra because it gives me the worst back fat when I wear a bra, but if I don't have one on, there is none. So it's just crazy. Anyway, but yeah, this is what we're gonna wear. I'll probably just add some sneakers with this. I thought about wearing my, turn the camera back on me. I thought about wearing my sneakers that I got off Amazon, but those are not, I don't want to say they're not comfy, but if I'm going to be walking around for like a long period of time, I don't think they're comfy, so I might just wear either some actual tennis shoes. I might just wear my NMDs actually. I have some white NMDs that I think probably would look pretty good with this, and since we're going to be outside all day, it'd probably be just fine. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do. Oh, that reminds me, I have to swap my purse and put all of my stuff in my tiny bag because they have a clear bag policy, so I'm really hoping they'll let me in with just my tiny like over thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll catch up with you guys when we're on our way there. Alright guys, we are headed to the Airfest now. In the back, you're gonna hear a ladder, the ladder that I was telling you that we were going to pick up. It's kind of loud, so. But anyway, we are headed there now, and I'll catch up with you guys when we get there. No, I got it. Alright guys, we made it in finally. We stopped at Tom's Coffee and Nathan got some donuts from this cute little donut coffee truck. And then there's a coffee truck. And then Nathan got, it's not nasty, he's lying. It's a refresher. And then I got an iced vanilla coffee. But yeah, we're here at the festival. And there's lots of stuff going on. They have lots of like exhibits and stuff, and then there are more food trucks I think on the other side that we have to figure out how to get to. And yeah, and the air show starts at 1, so I will probably just catch up with you guys then.
Alright guys, we just left the air show and we are headed to our house now. We want to see if they put in the floors and the granite. That's like the main thing that I'm trying to see. So my hopes are up really high that they have both of those in. So we're gonna go check it out now and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we get there. Alright guys, we made it to our house, so I'm just walking around now. They do have the floors in, but the floors are the color I picked, but I feel like they come off super gray in person and I'm really sad about that. But let me show you what it looks like. So this is what the floors look like. It's still a mess in here because they're still doing stuff, but this is what the floors look like with the cabinets. And the granite is also in as well, so you can kind of see the full picture coming in. I was thinking of painting this wall like a clay color because I'm going for the boho theme, but now I'm kind of rethinking that a little bit because I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look all together, but I think it looks really nice. I just may end up doing like a warm toned, I don't know. I'm so confused now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for paint, but it does look really, really nice all together. All right, we are back at home now, and as you can tell, I have just been reeling ever since we left the house, and like, I don't know what I want to do with the paint now. So I don't think I ever even told you guys what direction I was leaning towards with the paint, but like, I was thinking of doing a nice like boho theme where like we were gonna paint the kitchen this like clay coral color or something like that. At least that's where I was leaning, but now I'm not leaning in that direction anymore because the floors look a lot more gray than I anticipated, unfortunately. So I don't want to lean into that gray color. I want to stay leaned into the warm colors, but I may end up just choosing like a brown or something instead, but I'm not exactly sure, honestly. So if I don't choose brown, then I'll probably just end up doing the beige. It's not gonna be accessible beige because accessible beige has cooler undertones from what I read. So I need to do a different beige color and like try to see if I can tie it all together in some way, but also not make it all look the same exact fucking color, which is what I'm worried about. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, we are back at home now. I am about to, we're gonna cook dinner, or we're gonna cook chili for dinner, but I'm not gonna make it just yet because my ground beef is not thawed out yet, but I'm going to, I have like some, well shit, I can't make that either. It's not thawed out either. I was gonna make some buffalo chicken dip, but now I actually have to wait for the chicken to thaw out for that too because I didn't take it out. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all we're doing right now though. I'm just chilling, hanging out. I thought about doing my nails, but honestly, if I do my nails now, then because it's like, what, October, or it's September 13th. We move in like a month, so I think like, yeah, I could totally do my nails then because they should be fine. But anyway, we're back at home now and just kind of hanging out. I got this set from Walmart, by the way. It's a 2-piece set. I got it from Walmart for like $7. So it's super cute. I would never wear it out in public probably, but at least not together. Like I wore the tank top today and then wore shorts like for the bottoms, but yeah, it's really cute, but until like I get my tummy tuck, I probably would never wear something like this out. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how cute it was and catch up with you a bit because I have just been, you know, hanging out for the most part, which really hasn't been that long because we went to the air show and we stayed there until to something, and then we went to our house and we stayed at our house for like an hour because I really wanted to like look at everything that they had, and that was when I had like noticed the floor, and then I like was spiraling. So we actually left our house, and then Nathan wanted to go to GameStop, so we went to GameStop to get him his game, and then now we're back at home. So anyway, but yeah, we're back at home now, so I'm just gonna wait for this stuff to thaw out, and then I'm gonna cook dinner. So I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. All right, guys, we just finished cooking dinner. Nathan wanted some hot dogs to go with his dinner, so cooked some. And this is a chili. I do put corn and beans in my chili, so this is what we're having. And yeah, that's dinner. Good morning, happy Sunday. So I probably am just gonna consider this video like more of like a house update because I don't really have like a ton going on. You guys know we just went to the air festival yesterday, and then today I've just got to do the meal prep, and I wanted to kind of talk about like the house and like where we are in the process and all that stuff. So yesterday we went over there to see everything with the floor put in and all that stuff. So we really wanted to see if they had the flooring put in, and then also the granite, which was a big deal for me to see, like as far as like colors and stuff like that go for like the kitchen, like what I want to paint it as, and like all those things. I know typically people don't really paint like right before they move into a new build because it's already painted, but I really did want to paint before we moved in. And then, you know, if I don't love the paint later on, then I'll just change it. But I do think that it'll probably be really nice once we get moved in there and everything. Everything looks great. The floor does come off a little bit more gray than I wanted, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think what I'm learning is that they used a multi-toned type of flooring, or it's LVP, but they use like a multi-toned one. So some pieces come off gray, some come off more brown. But I think overall, like when I'm looking at the full picture of it, after they take all the cardboard off, I think it's gonna look a lot more cohesive, like from what I'm thinking. But I did ask my interior designer friend for a tip in terms of like what I wanted to do for like the kitchen color, and he gave me this really good idea to get Sherwin-Williams to color match my couch. And once I get them to color match my couch, then I can go and take that color and then ask them to make it 30 to 50% lighter, and then I can use that color in the kitchen. So I think that actually may be what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I even showed you guys what my couch looks like. I'll pop a picture here, just a screenshot of what it's gonna look like. That's the exact couch that we got and all that stuff. It has not come in yet, but it's supposed to come in before we like move into our house, and then like we can schedule it for delivery like then. But anyway, it should be really nice. But like so far in the process for the house, we've done the pre-drywall inspection, the pre-construction meeting. We've had our inspector come and do a pre-drywall inspection, and then the frame walkthrough, all that stuff. And then yesterday we just went back over there. We've been doing like weekly kind of like check-ins to see like where they're at in the process and everything. So we've been going over there occasionally during the week, or not during the week, during the weekend to see what's going on, like how everything's looking. Everything looks great. They were expected to have the house like completely finished by the end of this month. Oh my God, that's crazy now that I'm saying it, because it's already the 14th. And they were actually supposed to have it like completely finished, I think, by the 29th of September. So that doesn't surprise me much though, because like the last time that we went over there, they have all the flooring and stuff, and the only thing they don't have up is like the sinks and everything put in and all that stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's pretty much it. Like they've got to clean up like the living room, the bathroom, all those things. And of course, because like you've seen the videos. But yeah, as you could see from the videos, everything looks really, really nice. It's coming along really well. I didn't take a ton of videos of like the living room because it's not missing anything. It's just missing the furniture at this point. So they did do builder paint in there. I'm leaning towards the colors of like a warm like beige for the living room and the rest of the downstairs, and then the kitchen in tones of that color I was telling you guys about, where it matches the couch and it's like 50% lighter than that color specifically. And I think it's gonna look really nice. And then sometimes I feel like I just want to paint the whole thing like that that beige color. So I don't know, I go back and forth, but I really do want the color in there. So I do think I am going to do that color thing. And then for the rest of the house, it's just going to be that beige color, because Nathan and I want to do a slat wall in the living room eventually. This is like it's going to be a little while before we can do this, obviously, but we want to do a little slat wall for our living room that the TV is going to be on, and then try to get that to match everything really nicely. And I think it's going to look really, really good when we get done with it. In my office, I want to do like this really pretty like berry color, but I don't know. I'm rethinking it a little bit now because I don't want it to wash me out. So, I'm thinking of trying to find a different color for that. But yeah, I think overall though, like all the rooms are gonna look really pretty, and I can't wait to move in, honestly. Everything looks amazing. The granite looks so much better in person than I could have hoped for. Like in the pictures and stuff in the videos, I feel like it just doesn't do it justice, because in person it just looks so, so pretty. And I think the backsplash actually matches really well. I did ask like in an interior design group about like the colors for the for the kitchen, and a bunch of people said the backsplash was outdated and doesn't go. So eventually I should replace it. But I actually kind of like it, so I don't know. I mean, I get what they're saying, because like in terms of like the kitchen in general, if I could have chosen a backsplash color, I would have chosen the color that's in the granite, that's like that really pretty dark purplish type color. I probably would have chosen that for backsplash, and then that would have rechanged my entire type of thing, but it's fine. I like the porcelain color, or the porcelain. I like the tan color that I did choose. I do think it looks nice with the cabinets and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking that it's gonna look really nice, especially once I get the paint in there and all that good stuff. I've got to get still a rug for the living room. These are things that I'm probably gonna have to wait a little bit on, because obviously like we're about to move in and I've already purchased so many things, so it may not be right away. But I want to get a rug for the living room. I'm gonna get some bar stools. There are some on Facebook Marketplace I've been looking at. She's been coming down on the price. And then if I see some other ones that are even better by the time that we move in, then I'll probably get those. I want to get some rocking chairs for the front porch. And I don't know if I'm going to get those anytime soon, but I would like to get those soon. So I might just buy one at a time. If I could buy like one a month or something like that, it wouldn't be too bad. And then, because I think the rocking chairs on Amazon, I think you can buy a set of 2 for like $150, which is really cheap. So I might do that. And then Nathan is getting me a new desk for my office, so I'm not bringing my desk. I'm getting a standing desk that's really nice. And then our entertainment system that's in my office that I usually watch TV on is actually going to go into the living room, and eventually we're going to get a bigger fish tank that's like longer, and that's about the same or maybe a little bit shorter length than that actual entertainment system, and that's where we're going to put the fish tank. Originally, I wanted to put the fish tank underneath the TV, but we're not going to be able to do that, and it's going to be kind of a hazard too. So because the TV that we have right now in our living room is the one that's going to go in there until we can get a new TV, so we're just going to keep the one we have for now and mount it on the wall, and it's really, really big, so I think it just wouldn't make sense to have that underneath the TV. So we were thinking of spots where we could put it alternatively, and there is a wall on the right side that we thought about putting it on, but I think we should just ultimately put it behind the TV, and then just don't do a lot of like fish tanks in the back. They do put like a piece of like something to like close the back up where you can't see through the back, but I think we should leave that open, because I think it's going to look a lot better, like if you're sitting on the couch and you can still see, for the most part. But either way, it doesn't matter. These are like long-term type projects. We do want to do some like crown molding and stuff eventually. Like if you saw in our house, like from the pictures that I've shared so far in videos, there is no crown molding in there, and that was on purpose. We intentionally didn't want any because it costed extra money, first of all, and then second of all, we were like, well, we kind of wanted to do this ourselves anyway, so we're gonna go get the trim pieces and just do crown molding ourselves. And I think it's gonna look better that way too, because then I can do whatever, like we can do whatever we want pretty much. We don't have to like just take with what they got. So there's a lot of projects that we're going to be working on and things like that. We really want to screen in our back patio and extend it out a little bit and then screen it in. Eventually, we're probably just going to screen it in at first, and then we'll probably adjust it later on whenever we extend it and then try to screen the whole thing in. But for now, we're just going to kind of leave it how it is. We got to focus on getting our new fence in. That's the main thing that we have to focus on. But I will say our backyard is a lot bigger than I anticipated it to be, so that's really good for us, obviously. Our HOA is against us having an above ground pool, which is really dumb. So we have just been like trying to figure out ways to put one back there without them knowing about it. I mean, like, we don't have any children. We wouldn't be that loud, I don't feel like, for anybody to notice. And then our neighbors on both sides of us are not in 2-story houses, they're in 1-story houses. So the only way they'd really be able to tell that we had a pool in our backyard is if like they tried really hard to look over our fence, pretty much. So we're trying to think of like what we're gonna do for that for the most part. So I'm thinking about getting some of those arbor vitae trees. I don't know if you guys know what those look like. I'll pop up a little picture right here, but they're pretty much just like really tall trees, but they don't get really wide, if that makes sense. They're great for privacy. A lot of people have them in their yards. So we're thinking of doing that on the sides of our fence and then leaving the back part, because there's nobody directly behind us, so they can't see into our yard directly behind us. But if we get those trees for the sides, then the people that live diagonally to us can't see in our backyard either, and then they'd never know. It's stupid too, because like we're allowed to have a hot tub, but we're not allowed to have a pool. So stupid. We live in the South, it's hot here, and we would like to get an above ground pool to put in our backyard. So because the in-ground pools, we were looking into it, but my friend, she said that her neighbor had done one and her in-ground pool cost her like 80 grand. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot. So that is going to be something that's going to have to wait a long time if we ever decide to do in-ground. But I've seen a lot of really nice above ground swimming pools, and ones that are like halfway in the ground and halfway not in the ground. So like you pretty much just like dig up and then you put half of the above ground pool in the ground. And I think those ones look really nice, and also would make it even less visible from like neighbors, you know, stuff like that. So, or we could put it close to the fence and then that would also make it less visible to neighbors. So we're trying to figure out what to do there, but lots of small things in terms of like we need to get ceiling fans, we need to get like another bed for like our guest room, a different guest room, because we have 2 guest rooms now. So we're working on like doing all of those things, but also like we want to get storm doors for the kitchen and the living room, or in the front door. So we've got to work on doing all of those things. And then yeah, that's kind of where we're at with the house though. Lots of updates, lots of exciting things happening. We are both like super excited. It looks beautiful from the outside and the inside. I think it's going to be really, really nice. One thing I did notice yesterday when we went over there though is that my office has these like French doors, and I don't even know if they're going to have like they don't have a doorknob on them right now. So I'm like trying to figure out like how they're going to be open and closed, because right now there's no, I don't know. It's confusing. It's weird. I'm like, I don't know why they're like that. So eventually I may end up having to replace those doors too, because I think it's dumb that they're, except like the only way to open them is like, I think it's going to be from the top, and I don't like that. So that's going to make it really difficult for me to like get in there when I have a lot of shit in my hand, you know? So anyway, I don't know. That's just like one thing I was thinking about that kind of bothers me right now. But everything else, you know, everything looks great. I'm a little sad about the floors, but like I said, I'll get over that. But yeah, I can't wait to see all my stuff in there. Honestly, it's just going to look so nice. But we're just chilling right now. I'm just about to get ready to do the meal prep. I'm waiting on something to thaw out, so I'm just waiting for the chicken to thaw out now to do the meal prep, and then I'll probably just catch up with you guys later. Alright guys, I just made a little buffalo chicken dip. I had some leftover cottage cheese, so I made like a high protein buffalo chicken dip. I did have some cream cheese, so I did put that in here as well. But I just used rotisserie chicken that I had frozen from the last last grocery haul. But yeah, this is a nice little serving, well not serving, multiple servings of buffalo chicken dip. I'm just eating some with some wheat thins. Alright, I've got the meal prep in the crock pot. We're gonna have that Cajun chicken orzo that I've made in the past for meal prep this week. It is about done, so I am just waiting on that now, and we are actually about to, so Nathan and I found some ceiling fans on Marketplace because we're gonna need some for our new house. So we went and picked those up, and they're basically brand new in the box, never been opened. One is white and one is like a wooden color, so we're not really worried about what they look like for the most part, because we really just need some for like our living room and then also for the guest rooms eventually. But anyway, I'm about to go into the guest room and bring you guys along with me. But we are gonna start going through some totes that I've already got. I think there's like a lot of old shoes that need to be thrown out that are in these totes, so I'm gonna go through and look because we've moved a couple of times. So we've moved a couple of times, as you guys know, and we've got just like lots of extra stuff. So I wouldn't say extra, but like a lot of like things that we probably just need to go through and get rid of and all that good stuff. So I am gonna start doing that now. It's like 4 something on Sunday, but you know, better late than never. So I'm gonna go ahead and start going through some of this stuff and we'll see what we find. Working on the meal prep now, and the chicken is done. I have shredded it and I am boiling the pasta noodles now, and then I will go ahead and combine everything. But yeah, I'm probably going to use some half and half, and then my Parmesan cheese, and then a tomato sauce, and then mix all of that together along with some pasta water and the chicken and all that good stuff. It should be good. Guys, and the meal prep is complete. We just finished cooking the meal prep for the week, and I made a Cajun chicken orzo pasta, and I'll have the link in the description box as usual. It's a Pinterest recipe. But yeah, I made it differently than she made it, though. I will say her recipe actually doesn't call for any type of like heavy whipping cream or half and half or like any of that. Like hers is actually more of like, I can't even remember exactly what the original recipe was, and I actually also think that this probably was supposed to have like an onion in it, and I did not put that in there either. So I don't even think I even had one to put in actually. But yeah, this is this is the meal prep though. But I'm gonna go ahead and put all the lids on now and get these on the fridge. Alright, and the meal prep's all done, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put these in the fridge. I didn't realize, but I only made 9, but it's actually a good thing because I forgot, but tomorrow I am actually going to get dinner with a friend that I have not seen in a while, and she and I are going to a Korean barbecue place. So yeah, so I don't actually need dinner for tomorrow anyway, so that actually works out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the fridge and should be good. But yeah, that's pretty much all that we're gonna do the rest of today. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna clean up the kitchen and just hang out for the rest of the night. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!